I apologize in advance for my voice. I've been feeling incredibly under the weather and now it's decided to take my voice, and so I apologize, but I am going to try my best to keep covering stuff because it is so important. Controversial is the word that I would use to describe the announcement of the Relic Questline for Endwalker. That word may in fact be the understatement of the expansion, and I've been asked my thoughts on it a ton of times because relics are a mainstay on my channel. I love them and I have been a relic hunter for years, and it's been officially announced in a live letter that they are officially coming full on, including the ridiculously bearded Geralt with the mutton chops, and you know when he's involved it's actually going to be a relic line, which is awesome for the record because for a few months there really wasn't a clear explanation on what weapon enhancements were. Sure, we speculated that it was going to be relics, but we never really expanded on it aside from a small point. Like, it was just a single point in a slide. But the problem is that the relics are now directly tied to the Manderville Questline, which to say the absolute least has been controversial, like wildly, outrageously, massively controversial. This has actually blown up on like my YouTube comments on videos totally basically unrelated, like my live letter. There's some spicy comments, my Twitter, some spicy, I've had some spicy Discord conversations, but exploring why it's controversial really boils down to 2 points. Firstly is the fact that it seems to take so long to unlock the relic weapons line in the new Endwalker series just because you need to go through the Manderville quests. And secondly is that people simply do not have any interest in doing the Manderville quest lines and feel forced to do it, and some just feel that it's not enough of a reward for them, or they are worried about the kind of content that they're gonna get from the relic. I guess that could kind of be a third point, but generally speaking it's the entire Manderville feel and how it's gonna have implications on the quest lines, and like they just are like, I don't like that kind of thing. So now let's explore the first point, and this is actually pretty weird to me because even if we look at just last expansion, you had to go through the entire Evilise Alliance raids to unlock it and all of those associated quests, which were significantly many. You also had to complete a few other specific quests related to certain someone's memory. I'm trying to avoid spoilers as much as possible, but the main core thing was this was not nearly as controversial as what I'm hearing now for the Manderville questline. In fact, my personal opinion, which I have been asked a bunch of times, was actually adored the Stormblood Alliance quests. I actually absolutely adored them, and those Alliance raids which led masterfully into the specific relic quest in Bozja. In fact, I found Bozja an absolute masterclass in storytelling, where it tells a genuinely gripping tale about two worlds colliding in the most volatile of ways and fighting a genuinely massive battle against an oppressor. Really a tale of David versus Goliath, if you would, and I fell in love with it. To me, this was the type of compelling writing that I really wanted out of Stormblood and got in Shadowbringers. But just a 4.3 that was just a heart-wrenching, like 4.3 was beautiful. It hurt me so bad. 4.3, guys, really something to look out for. God, it's so hard to not say spoilers for that. But really, with Bozja, the maps we were fighting on made sense. The instance dungeons we were fighting in made sense, like Castrum Lacus the Torre, the Dalriada, the thing that I am definitely not going to try and pronounce when I'm sick. But people are gonna want me to. Delubrium Regne. Fuck my life. That probably is gonna get clipped. But all of these things were just out of this world mind-blowing. The content difficulty also hit the sweet spot. It was significantly harder than average shit, which honestly, to be frank, an expert dungeon is the furthest from anything that I would call expert. Heck, even if we look at other things, I felt more connected to the fight against the Garlean Empire, like in the entire game's tapestry, not even just related to like Bozja. Like in the entire game's tapestry, felt more connected to that fight against the Garlean Empire, and things stayed in the Alliance raids, like that one dragon that we fight that absolutely loses its mind over the rage towards the Empire. Like, yeah, all of that was stuff I was now experiencing firsthand in game. No spoilers, but I think the Garlean Empire still did really fucked up evil things. Which really, if I sum that up, I think the entire quest line for Shadowbringers Relic would have been so much less if we didn't need to complete the Stormblood Alliance raids with associated quests. Bozja, to me, was as close to content perfection as we've really kind of seen, hence why I did so much of it. I was fully committed to that world. Now, here's where I need to draw parallels between that and the Hildibrand questline. Hildibrand, like Bozja, if you really had absolutely no desire to do it, could be skipped. Obviously, you can skip most cutscenes in this game. It's very, 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 very few. I cannot emphasize that enough. So few that you can't skip. But you could really just blast through the cutscenes. In reality, if you did this, the majority of your time spent was going to be doing the Alliance raids, doing content that I do think everyone should experience at least once, because they are really well done Alliance raids with interesting mechanics. I find them fantastic. Also, the music's out of this world great. Some of the glamours, they're not my style, but they are a lot of people's style though, so there's that too. But Hildibrand, in a similar light, will take you through a series of trials to complete, which, if I'm honest, really aren't that hard at all, even if you're synced down. The only thing that I'd really worry about eating up time is quite literally the queue times, but in reality, you might be able to do these fights unsynced for credit. I'm not really sure, but you might be able to blast through them in like 30 seconds or something crazy now with item level. But one thing worth noting is Manderville is not without rewards. You get amazing emotes like this over-the-top ridiculous dance, which is iconic. You get the most gentlemanly emote, which I'm going to throw somewhere in the background footage, which is absolutely hilarious. And you can get very important blue magic spells like White Wind and Missile. Gosh, I'm reaching back so far in my memory for the blue mage spells. It's actually been years since I got them. Oh my god. Basically though, my point is that you will get tangible, good rewards worth getting from doing this quest line. In fact, one could very easily make the argument that these rewards are even better than the Stormblood Alliance raid ones if you don't love the glamour from there. Because emotes are universal. Blue mage is blue mage. That's a literally blue mage spell. But my point, kind of concluding this, is do I think it's an out-of-line time investment compared to other relic lines? My answer is no. Skip the cutscenes if you hate it that much and complete a few bits of content unsync, and it should take honestly very little time. And that gets into the second part of this, which is the Manderville is certainly a unique storyline, and it may possibly rub a lot of people the wrong way just from the way it is. It's not even the way it's written, because I do think it's written really well, but just the kind of humor that it's trying to do, the way it is may rub some people the wrong way, which honestly, a lot of people also love it for that reason, which honestly is fine. Everyone has a different sense of humor, and what some people may absolutely love, others may absolutely hate. It's like, I love pineapples on pizza, and that has actually caused many people in the past to genuinely unsubscribe. Like, pineapple on pizza haters are allowed to be wrong. It's okay, I forgive you. But Manderville, I can't speak much more on without giving spoilers, but people have asked me my thoughts, and my thoughts are that you just heard me go on for like 3 minutes early in this video about how amazing Bozja was. But Manderville Questline, while I find it cute and interesting, honestly I appreciate our devs' time for making it, and I think it adds into the diversity of content that we have in game. Gosh, I'm really kind of buttering this one up, aren't I? But my point I'm trying to make as clear as possible is Manderville is absolutely great, and I would never want to see it removed from the game. I want to see more of it for those who want more of it. Just like how I want Rothgar hats. I want people to support me in that. It feels so fucking bad, man. But for me personally, okay, I don't think it's great for a relic weapon line, especially off the heels of a masterpiece like Bozja. Like, with that said, David versus Goliath of the Garlium Empire on the fields of battle with custom actions and mechanics and 1v1 me bro game modes and the dungeons like the Dalriada and that. What an epic fight at the end of that. It's just not as cool. Honestly, in comparison, it makes me feel very meh towards the prospect of a Manderville questline. It's like, how is it gonna hold up to that? It can't. But obviously, as a relic hunter, I will do them. Obviously, I will make guides. Like the entire lore, though, and compelling story and mechanics and unique gameplay, though, has been stripped for me. And if I'm just personally not in it as an individual player of a game, as I was for Bozja. I'm still gonna be sent comments asking me to die and be cancelled on Twitter for saying that, but those are just my feelings and people ask, so I for better or worse, there you go. Maybe I should have lied and been like, yeah, I'm really excited. I'm just not, guys. It's not even remotely as cool as Bozja, and I'm sorry. That's my feelings. But I feel like the silliness of Manderville, though, is awesome, but at present it completely fails to have any coolness factor for me personally. So I understand when people say, wow, this really seems kind of lame. Are we getting gold saucer weapons? Ew. Like, what will these look like? But I mean, Bozja ended with a Walmart Scholar book. Oh honey, don't think I forgot about the Walmart book. It's an injustice and could have been made so much cooler because the base light glass ivy thing with the gorgeous book, that book is gorgeous too. Oh my god, it could have been made so much better with like a big flower and big classy rather than literally Walmart. But that really makes me wonder if we're going to be getting the no-name brand style for the Manderville books, because all I can think of is Gold Saucer, and I'm like, oh god, please no. Not like other joke style glamours, which honestly kind of puts me off. Like, some people love them, but I'm just not the one. My current favorite weapons are these P4S dropped new lists. Like, these are Obi-Wan, Star Wars lightsabers, and I know that's a bit of a stretch, I know it's a little bit of a delusion of my own, but it's what my brain has done with them. These are just absolutely gorgeous. These are beautiful. So kind of in conclusion, to wrap things up, really are less to do with unlock requirements. I'm not worried about those. Those are trivial. Like, even if you're starting fresh, those are trivial. But my concerns are more with what the heck are we going to see from the actual content. Anyhow, that's really it for this one, guys. I am so sorry my voice is so bad right now. I tried to push through this video because I know people want the content. So I really genuinely apologize and hope you could forgive me.